Good morning, guys. This is take 2 for us and Unleashed Live today. So there is no title because I'm not going to type a title in while I am driving. So I will type the title in a little while. I am just taking a leisurely drive to go do some things I have to go do today. I'm in my super stuffy professional wear. Yep. And I have a bra on. I know, shocker. I can't wait to get it off already. But this morning I was doing my morning journal work, and usually my morning practice is quite long. It usually takes me a couple hours to do, but sometimes I have to switch things around a little bit in order to make other stuff happen. But I always do my journaling. That is a non-negotiable for me. First thing in the morning I get up and I must journal. Sometimes my article will get pushed, sometimes my video will get pushed, but my journaling always happens in some form or fashion. Sometimes it's not the same. I mean, there are times that my manifestation journaling, I might not be in the right kind of place, and so I just focus more on gratitude. So I might switch things up a little bit, but every single morning I do my journaling practice in some form or fashion. It makes me feel better in the morning. And that kind of led me this morning to my topic for the day. And although it's not in the title, it's fault or inner flames. And so this morning I was journaling, and I had a couple of kind of negative thoughts pop into my brain. And I quickly kind of pushed them aside and focused in on the positives. But then I sat there for a minute, really just feeling into my spirit, really feeling into my power. And then when I was getting ready this morning, I was listening to a new kind of an audiobook that I've been listening to that's just really inspirational, and I always have some kind of reading or audiobook going that is inspirational. But so I was listening to it, and it was all about kind of being a badass, and I'm all about being a badass. That's kind of one of my sayings. But it really was this morning while I was journaling and listening to this, like, what are you focusing on? What are you going to choose to focus on? And that's within self and within your day. And so when I get up and I can easily, so freaking easily focus in on the negatives. Focus in on, oh my goodness, I have to go do this, and what if this happens, and what if that happens, and this isn't going to go right, and I can so easily touch into my ego. Okay, our egos are always with us, and so they are always a choice. They are always a choice. At all times, our ego is a choice for us to make. We can kind of focus in on the faults of the day, the things that could go wrong and are going to go wrong, and the things that we don't necessarily want to do or like doing. Or we can touch into kind of that badassery of the day and our inner flame. And that's really where I want to focus this, is focusing in on that inner flame, focusing in past that ego. Yesterday I did a video, I actually took the video down because of some reasons, but on blaming. And so I'm not saying to ignore kind of things going on in your life, but to really focus in on that inner flame, that piece of you that knows you're growing, that piece of you that knows you're moving forward in your life, and tuning into that every single morning. Because if you don't tune into that, how are you going to kind of mold that? And again, I'm not saying, like, I think people go into spiritual learnings and they think, or they hear all of this talk about positivity and focusing in on the positivity, and they think that it all has to be sunshine and rainbows, and that's not true. It is just focusing in on the pieces that feel good. And more than even the pieces that feel good in your external world, focusing in on that badass good feeling within yourself, because it's there. I sat there this morning just in a state of peace. Just a state of peace. And I don't love to be in a state, I think a state of peace has no forward movement. But but it can be a beautiful, positive, resting, messaging, learning, really transmitting kind of place to be in. Then you go and you take aligned action and you get into that passion, you get into that flow. But this morning I sat journaling, listening to this, like kind of in a state of peace of like, no matter what happens today, no matter what happens, I'm okay. And right in this moment, I'm okay, and I'm doing amazing. My health is amazing. I have a beautiful home. Currently, I'm driving a car that works and has gas and that I love. I'm gonna see some people I love today. Looking at that passion, that beauty, that forward movement, forward thinkingness. And I think even when we get into our goals and our dreams, and even our sexing, I think you can look at, I have so many people right now that are looking at all the faults in their sexing. They're looking at, oh, well, this isn't happening and that's not happening, and it's like, it's not as orgasmic as it once was, and it's not like mind-blowing where I'm like grabbing her off the ceiling anymore. And so they're focusing in on all the negatives, all the faults, all the things that are going wrong. And what ends up happening is when we focus in on all that is going wrong, even if it's like, yeah, I'm trying to get better, well, the fact is you're focusing in on those negatives instead of the positives, even in the bedroom. And how are you going to release? How are you going to surrender? How are you going to really drop in when you're focusing in on all those negatives? You're not going to be able to call in the pleasure. You're not going to really drop into that divine orgasmic pleasure in the bedroom. Instead, focus in on that inner flame. And yes, the inner flame of your sexual energy, of the inner flame of your connection with this other person. That's where we can focus in on our inner flame instead of our faults.
Hi there. It's currently 8:30 a.m. The temperature outside is 6.
Sorry, my Bixby decided to talk to us in the middle of the live. And so the other thing is to in our goals, just in our goals in general, really focusing in on that inner flame, that passion, that feeling, that sensation within us, because our egos will quickly take us off route and tell us all the reasons, all the fault that they can find in our goals, in our dreams, in our steps forward. You don't need to know the freaking how, guys. You don't need to know the how. You just need to feel and know in your core that it's going to happen, that it can't not happen. Feeling into that flame, that fiery passion within you for your goal, for your dream, and knowing that it's going to come true. But what is going to stop it from coming true, what is going to stop it from really becoming a reality, is you focusing in on the fault, you focusing in on the how, the nitty gritty. The nitty gritty will not get you overall to where you need to go. Now, sometimes I am a realist at the same time, in that I see spiritual practitioners, I see entrepreneurs, I see just regular people working normal jobs, sometimes not focusing in enough on the steps, because there are steps in our lives we have to take that are aligned. And so if you're not taking the aligned steps, then that's bullshit, and that's a different conversation that we would be having. So it is important to take the aligned steps, to take the aligned action. But more than any actual steps, any actual action steps, it is getting in the mindset, getting into that energy, focusing in on that positivity within us, okay? Even if the situation is crappy, focusing in on that trust and that positivity within yourself is how you're going to move things. If you can't find that fiery passion within yourself, if you can't find the flame within yourself, then you're not going to be able to see it anywhere else. You're not going to be able to see it in your external world. And so today, I really am going to challenge you to do a journal prompt. I want you to focus in on why am I not allowing my inner flame to shine bright? Because I can promise you at some level you are closing it down, you're restricting it. I have a guy like staring at me like really weirdly right now because I'm doing it live. I love when I'm doing it live and people will just be like, anyway. But why are you not allowing your inner flame to shine bright? Because the truth is, I can promise you that you are restricting in some level. I wrote an article yesterday on this topic of constricting your energy, and we all do it in different areas. It might not be in your entire life, it might be in your entire life. So I suggest that you go in and really write out, what is it that you are restricting? Why are you restricting? And get real with yourself. Really allow yourself to just have a stream of consciousness journaling on that topic. And if you need more journal prompts to dive even deeper, I would go back to my article yesterday and really look at those journal prompts, because they gave quite a few. And just dive deep and find out why you're not focusing in on that inner flame, and then switch it. Then I want you every single morning to get up and take a second. I don't care if it's while you're going pee in the morning, but take a second and connect with self, connect into that inner fire, inner flame, that knowing that everything is going to be okay, that everything always works out perfectly for you and in your favor. So go forth into the day with fierce, fiery energy, and just go claim your day, okay? I'm gonna go claim my day, and I hope you guys have an amazing rest of the day. I will see you guys tomorrow for another Addison Unleashed. However, I want to just say that I have the oral sex workshop up, so if you're in the DFW area, seats are not going to last long for that workshop. We have so many people interested, so if you're in the DFW area, go check that out. Other than that, I will announce everything else in other means, so be on the lookout. Or just go to my website, addisonbell.net, and check it all out. All right, I love you guys. Talk to you soon. Bye.